Welcome to the Librarian's Midnight Library. I'm your librarian, and the world has finally gone quiet enough for a story. Today, we step into the vast, light drenched corridors of the Hall of Echoes to uncover a tale of mystery. Take a deep breath, leave the world behind, and let's begin. Elias was a man who mapped things that did not want to be found. He didn't chart jagged mountain ranges, nor did he trace the meandering veins of great rivers. Elias was a cartographer of whispers. He believed that the physical world was merely a skeleton, and that the true geography of the earth was made of the things people dared not say aloud. He believed that every secret ever kept, every promise broken in the dark, and every confession swallowed back into the throat left a resonance in the air, a tiny invisible fold in space that only the patient could find. He spent 7 years in the great salt flats, carrying a copper rod and a compass that pointed not toward the magnetic north, but towards the heaviest silence. He found that the more of a secret was guarded, the denser the air became. In place of great deception, the air felt like water, thick and difficult to move through. In his leather bound leisure, he marked these spots. He called them the weights. He discovered that cities were not built on stone and soil, but on the massive subterranean pressure of millions of untold truths. One evening, at the edge of a nameless canyon, Elias found what he had been seeking his entire life, a perfect void. It was a pocket of space where no sound existed at all, not the wind, not the scuttle of a beetle, not even the thud of his own heart. In the center of this absolute silence sat an ancient stone well, its rim worn smooth by hands that had long since turned to dust. When Elias leaned over the edge, he didn't see water. He saw a shimmering liquid silver that reflected the stars, even in the midday sun. As he stared into the silver, the whispers began. They didn't come from the air, they rose from the well and settled directly into his mind. He heard the face of a king confessing his fear of the dark. He heard a soldier admitting he had spared an enemy. He heard a mother's secret wish for a different life. The well was a reservoir of the world's hidden heart. Elias realized the ultimate mystery of his craft. He had spent his life trying to map the silence, thinking it was an empty space to be filled. But the silence was the most crowded place on earth. It was a library of everything. We are too fragile to be in the light. He looked at his map, the years of meticulous lines and careful ink. He realized that to map a secret is to destroy its power. A mapped secret is just a fact, and a fact has no soul. With a hand that trembled only slightly, Elias unbuckled his satchel. He watched as his life's work, the geography of the world's whispers, tumbled into the silver depths of the well. The paper didn't splash, it simply dissolved, becoming part of the great quiet truth of the earth. Elias walked away from the canyon that night, a man without a map. He found that the air was suddenly lighter. He understood now that some landscapes are meant to remain uncharted. We are not defined by what we saw, the world, but by the quiet mysteries we carry in the hollows of our bones. Echoes have returned to the stone and the shadows have found their rest. Thank you for journeying through the hall of echoes here at the Librarian's Midnight Library. If you carry a secret of your own, remember that even silence has a map. Subscribe to keep your place in our infinite halls. Until the next midnight, stay grounded and sleep well.